Greg Rust and the dude Paul Morris at the Boatworks on the Gold Coast with the latest edition of the Armour All Summer Grill. And for this one, got to put the hand up because we're going to talk TCR and SC5000, a series that I've had a bit to do with during the year as far as the coverage is concerned. Great start to that championship. We'll talk TCR first with 20 cars or thereabouts for the better part of the year, and a young bloke you know well, Will Brown, cementing a very good championship on his already impressive CV.
Yeah, and did it with a round to go basically, didn't he? So consistent. His driving style suits that car. You know, he likes to hustle the car and rag it. And to me, he was the best guy that dealt with cold rear tyres. When you look at what everyone else is spinning out and crashing, and Will's just on the gas and ripping it. So suited him, and good to see him get a trophy. He
did dabble with SC5000 throughout the year as well. Had a bit of fun there. What's the next thing for Will Brown, do you think?
Well, for me, Will's been a great driver, but he hasn't converted in Super 2. He had one win. He's been there 3 years. So for him to be a top flight supercar driver and make the step to, like, he's told us that's where he wants to be. He wants to be supercars main game driver. So how does he take all that speed and race wins and convert that to supercars? I think he's got to try and do that in Super 2 and prove to everyone that he can get it done. We'll
expand on that topic when we talk about some of the outstanding young talent coming through supercars a little later in the Armour All Summer Grill. But let's focus back on TCR for a moment. When we laid it out, what they were hoping to achieve in season 2019, they've, from my personal point of view, I think they've more than delivered there. What about the next phase for the class and what they want to do? Yeah,
I agree. They've delivered. So they've put their money where their mouth is. To build something from scratch and make it happen is very difficult. And a lot of people said they wouldn't do it, but they have. The racing's been good. The biggest thing for me is how do they commercialise that? So when I go to a TCR race now, it's a participant-based motorsport. There's not a lot of spectators there. So the key is how do they drive the spectators to the track and build that commercial base. So it's a lot of smart marketing people in there, and they need a plan, but having that announced Channel 7 television package will definitely help that.
Now, it's again probably a topic for a future episode, but the class itself is a viable alternative, isn't it? For someone perhaps in the Super 2 arena, it's cheaper to run a car like that for a season?
From what I think, it's pretty similar. You know, yeah. So you're $300,000 plus damage, plus getting around a bit. So the budget's probably pretty similar to what Super 2 is going to be. The alternative is, can you get a manufacturer to help pay for that? Can you commercialise your racing program? So you've seen Honda do that. You've seen Delberto do that. You're now seeing Gary Rogers trying to do that with his Renault program. So that's the thing that excites me about that. Can we get Australian car manufacturers and dealers to get behind that program and get to a point where a racing driver can go, I can make some money driving this car. So whether that's you put your own commercial package together and you make enough money to put some in your pocket at the end of the day, or someone wants to hire you to be a racing driver, that's got to be the goal for that class.
I've enjoyed the sort of the freshness of that class this year. Now, speaking of that as well, SC5000's been a great new addition this year. Love your thoughts on that. And we've seen a lot of energy around it, particularly at the debut from a championship perspective at Sandown. Lots of people coming out to try and get a bit of that nostalgia that we once had with the Tasman series.
Yeah, when they rolled out at Sandown, I had a chill up the back of my neck for sure. I thought this was pretty cool, but the racing hasn't been as good as I thought it would be. And the one time we did see some good racing between Anton and the Piano Man
at the bend.
Yeah, they started handing out penalties. So you've got to let the guys race, and if they're going to bang wheels and push each other around, that's what we want to see.
Final one. Obviously, big draw card for both of those classes is the Australian Grand Prix in 2020. That's a huge tick to be performing on that stage, isn't it?
Yeah, and everyone want to be at those races. I think that you'll see full grids. The trick is to keep those guys going for the whole championship. So yeah, no doubt we'll have to see full grids at the Grand Prix, and to watch those cars bang around there, like it's going to be a great support for the Grand Prix.
And obviously speedcafe.com will have extensive coverage of the Australian Grand Prix in March from Albert Park, along with a whole lot more over summer. We know that the seasons may well have wrapped up, but you'll be able to stay right up to date with the very latest here. Each week, Armour All will be giving away the ultimate summer essentials pack. Each pack comprises a range of products to keep your car looking like new, including the new Armour All Ultra Wash and Wax, Ultra Exterior Detailer, Armour All Ultra Interior Detailer, Ultra High Shine Protectant and Ultra Tyre Foam. To enter the draw, simply subscribe at speedcafe.com in the sign-up box below this video. It's that easy. And we'll have another episode of the Armour All Summer Grill tomorrow.
We all pride ourselves on keeping our car looking like new. This is why I use Armour All. Armour All's new Ultra range uses premium technology, so you'll get the results you want in less time with less effort. Armour All Ultra, looking good, made easy.